Hello everyone, we are the group number 3 and our topic of exposition is about Jean Piaget. The first question we have is, who was Jean Piaget? He was a Swiss genetic psychologist and epistemologist and one of the main exponents of the constructivist approach. He argued that learning is an internal process which takes place through interaction with the environment. Hence, the importance of improving the child space and resources necessary to promote their interlearning. He is also the creator of the theory of cognitive development, which is based on detailed observational studies of cognition in children and a series of simple but ingenious tests to reveal various cognitive abilities. Also, Piaget demonstrated that children combines of the word in a strangle a different way compared to adults. According to him, children are born with a very basic mental structure on which all subsequent learning and knowledge is based. Okay, next my classmate.
Well, I'm going to tell you about the Piaget-Dux experiments, and this consists one of the Piaget's many careful observations was made in one of his daughter. Jacqueline, then 7 months of old, dropped the plastic duck on the quiet and fear began fall so that she couldn't see. And also Piaget noticed that despite the fact that Jacqueline couldn't clearly see where the duck had dropped, and it was with her reach, and she made no attempt to grab for it. And fascinated for this, Piaget put the duck in her view again, but then just as he was both of her reach for it, but he slowly and clearly hit by it under a sheet, and obviously again she acted as the throne. The duck has simply disappeared, making not attempt to search for it under the sheet. And also, this same strange behavior to Piaget, Jacqueline was clearly interested in the duck, was the who see it, but then started to forget about it instantly. It dissipated from view of sitting and apparently of mind. What Piaget deduced from this observation, although with many experiments, was that children do not initially understand the idea that objects continue exist even when out of sitting. This concept he found the children had to work out by themselves by interacting and experiment with the world. It was to until around 9 to 10 months of age that Piaget noticed his children began to search for a hidden object. Continue my turn.
Okay, now the Piaget for stage. Okay, Piaget developed the stage the theory of intellectual development that included four different distinct stages. Okay, the first is the sensomotor stage. The major characteristics and developmental changes is that the infant knows the world through their movements and sensations. The child learn about the world through basic actions such as thinking, grabbing, looking, and listening. So the child exploring the world by something at the listening to and binding and the testing everything. And the second is the pre-operational stage. Okay, and this is in this stage, the children begin to think symbolical and learning to use the word and pictures and to represent objects. Um, so the children getting better with language and thinking. They still tend to think about things every concrete terms. And the next is the concrete operational stage. In this stage, children begin to think logical about the concrete events. Um, so their thinking becomes more logical and organized, but still very concrete. And finally is the formal operational stage. Okay, and this stage, the major characteristics in developmental change, the adolescent or young adults begins to think abstractly and the reason about hypothetical problems. So at this stage, now they can understand the concepts such as the future, values, and justice. From this each children start thinking like adults. Okay, the next my partner.
Okay, the conclusion. Piaget argued that child must understand a concept before being able to express himself linguistically about it. A child who did not reach that stage would not learn to use comparatives such as bigger or smaller. And during the first year of life, children seem to be unaware of things they cannot see. For example, we saw that in the dog experiment that made Piaget with his daughter, and also we understand that in the different stages of growth. Yeah, and cognitive theory provokes interest in the significant increase in vocabulary, suggesting a relationship between object permanence and learning to label projects. No, sorry, to label objects. And this is all. Thanks and bye.